Well, if you ever needed a prime example of moral rot wrapped in an ill-fitting suit, today's Oval Office fiasco delivered. That snake, Donald Trump, the bloated embodiment of cowardice, and his slithering accomplice, J.D. Vance, managed to drag the highest office in the land to an even lower depth. No small feat, considering Trump has spent years turning it into a cesspool of ignorance and sycophancy. The victim of today's venom? President Volodymyr Zelensky, a man who has shown more courage, resilience, and dignity in 3 years than Trump and his entire bootlicking brigade have in their lifetimes. Zelensky didn't have to be there. He didn't have to sit through that repugnant charade. But unlike the spineless worms in that room, he understands duty and sacrifice. While Trump was hoarding classified documents in his moldy Florida bathroom, Zelensky was leading a nation against a genocidal dictator. While Vance was licking the boots of his master, Zelensky was comforting families shattered by war. And while MAGA cultists whined over imaginary grievances, Zelensky was rallying the world against tyranny. How was he treated for his bravery? With smug derision, cruelty, and outright mockery. Trump smirked like the leering, soulless serpent he is, while Vance, channeling the greasy cowardice of every failed opportunist in history, acted as though he had a shred of moral high ground. Let's not mince words. Trump and his den of traitors are rooting for Putin. They don't just admire his dictatorship. They envy it. Their disdain for Zelensky isn't just about Ukraine. It's about everything he represents: courage, democracy, and most of all, a spine, something Trump and Vance wouldn't recognize if it smacked them in their smug, bloated faces. So yes, the Krabby Tabby is livid, furious. And if you aren't, you haven't been paying attention. Today was a national disgrace, dripping with cowardice and contempt. But mark my words, history will remember who stood for democracy and who slithered at the feet of autocrats. In a room full of snakes, only one man had the heart of a lion. That man was Volodymyr Zelensky. Slava Ukraini.